Hello and welcome to another update video about Rune. In this video we take a look at where Rune actually landed in terms of the Fibonacci retracements or extensions actually, since it turned around in this corrective trend reversal area that we've had on the chart. So let's first of all, you need to understand that it's not guaranteed to continue to climb higher. I think that's very important, but it rallied fast. So we reached, basically the 1.618 extension. That has been the target for a third wave that I gave you already, I think a week ago or so when it started its move up here, or a couple of weeks. So it moved up, did hold our trend line. So the communication was, as long as we're holding the trend line, it can surely climb higher. A break below the trend line would have caused a breakdown of the pattern, but to consider that it will develop into a 5-wave pattern, which would be more long-term bullish, which is I think what most people, to be honest, are interested in, to consider it for that and to be convinced it could do that, it needs to form 5 waves and it needs to get at least to that 1.618 extension level. So it reached that level, which is really good. So from that point of view, we can now assume that it will, or has a chance at least, to get to a 5-wave pattern. So at the moment I have 3 waves. I would prefer to get a healthy wave 4. Maybe this is already the wave 4. It's a bit hard to say. Certainly it retraced already enough. Yeah, it did already reach here the support range. Communicated that earlier on Discord and Telegram. Just moving it over basically, just to show you what it would need to do. It would need to go to at least $1.35 in this pullback, which it did. This is the minimum you would want to see for a 4th wave. However, because it did go so fast, I would prefer to see a healthy wave 4, ideally to $1.27. Okay, and I also would prefer it doesn't go up straight away and continues to rally. If it's not even getting to $1.27, to be honest, I would consider it simply an extension of the 3rd wave still. Because after such a strong and fast rally, I prefer to see a healthy wave 4. And if it's not doing that, I consider it as an extension of the 3rd wave, which could first go to 156. This would be the next Fibonacci extension. And then a very relevant one is $1.76. At some point it will get exhausted, but when we get into this region up there, we also have the previous swing high, the B wave high. Very important. Now, this is sort of what we're watching, the Fibonacci extensions, Fibonacci levels. As long as it's holding the 50% Fibonacci retracement, which is at $1.20, it can surely go higher. This is the relevant support for the wave 4, which means, why is this so important? It's not like, okay, we break below that and we'll go lower. That would be too simple. No, what you need to understand, as long as we're holding $1.20, it has a chance to give us a reliable, impulsive 5-wave pattern. Below $1.20, that probability will reduce drastically. It's all about probabilities, and I cannot call it a wave 4. I think I've never in the crypto market seen a wave 4 that went below the 50% Fib level and still gave us a 5th wave. It just doesn't work. You know, it would be so rare. I've never seen one. It's a bit like a unicorn. You don't typically see them. So a wave 4 below the 50% Fib level doesn't normally exist. What you normally find in like normal Elliott Wave education, you will find the wave 4 is not allowed to cut into the wave 1 price region. That would be far too low for a wave 4 to still consider it a wave 4. So we want it to stay above the 50% Fib level. As long as that's the case, I would count this a wave 4 with a wave 5 higher. Can't really give you a target for wave 5 until I have the low for the wave 4 in place. But I gave you the next Fibonacci extensions should the wave 3 just continue to escalate higher. I think this is the 120 level, I think is the key level. Okay, if it's going to 118 or whatever, no problem, because this is an area of previous support. You see that here. Yeah, I think this is certainly a level where if price gets back to that level, it might find a bit of support. Okay, so I wouldn't panic about a break to 119 or 118, but we talk about a sustained break below 120 would certainly increased likelihoods for a breakdown, and it could still be something bearish. this could still break down to another low. See, it hasn't on a relevant time frame here. If we zoom out a bit, it hasn't even broken above new highs, but it's a rally. And if it forms 5 waves up, we have a much better case to make for a potential larger wave 1, that this is a 5-wave move. And this counts as a wave 1, and we're looking for an ABC pullback in a wave 2 for the next setup. Yeah, this was a setup, worked. This, I wouldn't necessarily try to enter in the wave 4. I mean, you can do it, it's up to you, but then you do that on yourself, yeah, because you would basically just trade a wave 5. Whereas this here, after the strong pullback in a in a wave 2, would provide a really good reward to risk ratio again. Yeah, that's my update about Rune. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.